It has been about 5 days since the juggernaut dropped on the PlayStation community. And I was here waiting with bated breath to see how the PlayStation community, yes, the Pony General, spin this negative news. Well, it seems like they have a spin, and this spin is coming in the form of Shinobi. Yes? Who is a Shinobi? Well, Shinobi is a so called insider, the one who has Norman from the Seinfeld as his profile picture. He is giving the PlayStation community new hope. On the other hand, I am telling these ponies the burden of exclusivity has been lifted off of you. Release it, ponies. Release it.
The burden that you had before, it has been lifted. Excuse me.
I don't know why these guys are fighting it. It's over. PlayStation will never be the same again because it's very clear that Sony's strategy is to bring more of their games to multiple platforms. And you will see exactly how the job listing trumps any, Shinobi or insider. We will see what Sony is saying themselves compared to what these so-called insiders are saying. In the meantime, let us talk about some wins for Xbox. Recently, Xbox would have released Grounded 2. This is from their hit game, a sequel to their hit game Grounded 1. Now, Grounded 2 is such a hit that it has released on Steam, both on number 1 spot, and I believe the deluxe edition is in number 2 slot. So Grounded is killing it. This is a game that the PlayStation community would have laughed about, but it's very clear that the hardcore ponies don't know what is diversity. They don't know what is new IP. All they know is one style of game, and if it's not that, it's a dud. Over the shoulder, highly cinematic games. This is what the PlayStation community is known for, and this is what they continue to root for. Let me know, are you going to try Grounded 1? Are you playing it? Are your kids playing it? Let me know in the comment sections below. Now, another way Microsoft is killing it is that when it is you look to see at the weekly active users on PlayStation platform, guess how many PlayStation games are on that top 15 list? Let me show you. I mean, look at this list, guys. Look at this list. The PlayStation community should be ashamed that Microsoft is dominating their platform. They would have said for years that Microsoft can't make good games. They would have said for years that Microsoft games aren't good. But clearly that was a lie. That was cap. Because Microsoft produced games from Microsoft Studios is leading the charts. Look at Forza Horizon 5. Look at Elder Scrolls 5 Oblivion. Look at all of these things. It is crazy. Look at Minecraft. Look at Indiana Jones. All these are games dominating the PlayStation platform. And let me ask these ponies this. Do you think Sony is seeing all of this, the domination, and not noticing it? Do you think Sony is just idly sitting by as Microsoft run through their platform? Microsoft is utterly destroying any PlayStation game. No Death Stranding 2 is here. No Last of Us. No Days Gone. What is going on? What is really going on here? It just goes to show how Microsoft is showing these guys that their software is superior. It's dominating. Now, Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the discussion. Let's talk about how these ponies are looking to spin. They are looking for some sort of comfort and some sort of solace as the bad news happened about 5 days ago. Let's get it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. Do me a favor, guys. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. If this type of content interests you, I give you great Xbox news. I give you some Nintendo news here and there. But I specialize in disciplining the PlayStation community because they are arrogant and they need discipline. So like and subscribe today. Now let's get back to the video. So as I was saying before, the PlayStation gamer has gotten a taste of Microsoft games. And let's just say that they really, really like it.
I wasn't expecting it to be this good.
No?
I was expecting to, try it. I was gonna say, it's okay, not the best, not the worst. But it is surprisingly good.
Now, PlayStation cannot allow this to happen. PlayStation cannot allow their games to just sit on the PlayStation platform when sales have dried up and not gain money for their intellectual property. So what Sony has decided to do, they have decided to hire someone to bring across their first party content to, let's say, as much platforms as possible. One of those platforms are including Xbox. Now, the PlayStation community cannot come to terms with this. They are starting to say this is fake, this is not real, it's not really how it named the first party games. So much so that SHINOBI, this is a PlayStation's supposedly insider, he would have come out and said, don't worry guys, this is no big deal. Listen to what Foxy is saying here as he tries to calm the PlayStation community down.
These games that are coming over to multi-platform are reportedly related to smaller titles and live service games. So yeah, that series of job posts by Sony Interactive Entertainment had sparked widespread speculation, fears, fear-mongering, and a whole lot of nonsense. And I interjected in a lot of it, a lot of fun over the weekend, but it was planning multi-platform ports of major franchises anyway. But respected insider SHINOBI 602 has moved to temper expectations by stating they are related to small-scale titles and live service games.
Dude, what?
While a lot of people had speculated that major Sony franchises such as Horizon Zero Dawn and other heavyweights could conceivably see the light of day on Xbox or Nintendo formats, SHINOBI 602 agreed with the following sentiment posted by another user, and I quote, "I still think it's probably safe to assume Sony is throwing a bid on a hardline exclusivity. Games as a service, coming later to Xbox if they make sense. More stuff like Lego Horizon, smaller spin-offs can come to Switch and Xbox, etc." But here's the thing, right? Would it be such a pain in the backside if Microsoft were to get, the bigger PlayStation games after a year or so?
What? Why? You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem.
I mean, if Sony really went multi-platform, would it be such a hard pill to swallow?
Yes, Foxy, that will be a very, very big deal for the hardcore ponies. You see, there are some ponies out there who rather see PlayStation burn to the ground than see their first-party content go onto Xbox. And that's not my opinion, that's just simply the facts. And most PlayStation fans are being hypocrites because when the same thing happened to Xbox, what did you guys say? You guys said Xbox was dead. You guys say Xbox is leaving the hardware, industry. You guys said a lot of things. And now it's happening to you. And now you guys are trying to downplay it. And it's not only me noticing that. Even some of your own ponies are saying the same exact thing.
That's one thing I have noticed. Now that same type of energy is starting to come to PlayStation, now it's like, well, who cares? It's not that big of a deal. Now it's not that big of a deal because it's gonna be coming, because now it look like Sony is doing the same thing. Now like ponies is like lower key trying to like downplay it and be like, well, it's not that a big of a deal. Sucker, you roasted Xbox for over a decade for doing the same junk. Now it's not that big of a deal. Which is it? Which is it?
Wow. He is spitting a lot of facts. Now, everything has come full circle. Microsoft strategy is working immensely. Not only are they outperforming PlayStation games, but look at this here reported by Jess Gordon.
New data shows Xbox is utterly dominating PlayStation storefront, accounting for 60% of the Q2 top 10 game sales spots. Imagine this scenario a few years ago. It's no longer PlayStation, but Xbox itself that is now the biggest sales force on Sony's own console ecosystem. Console war never changes, or does it? It's no secret that Xbox hardware has seen non-stop declines for several months, although PlayStation itself has also warned investors that it expects lower hardware sales for the rest of the gen. Indeed, as the end of the generation is in sight, it's probably only the advent of Grand Theft Auto 6 that could uptick console sales for PlayStation and Xbox until we inject new hardware into the mix. Microsoft and Sony both are working on new consoles, with Xbox hardware plans including OEM-built Xbox-branded PCs like the Xbox Ally from Asus, as well as true successors to the existing Xbox Series X as console ecosystem in partnership with AMD. In the interim, Xbox has very notoriously changed up its strategy. Faced with growing costs and a decline in console user growth in general, Xbox bit the bullet and decided to begin putting its formerly Xbox exclusive games onto its arch-rival PlayStation storefront. So far, that strategy seems to have been a resounding success story for Xbox and Microsoft, and new data continues to back it up. In a post on Blue Sky, Circana analyst Matt Piscatella described the runaway success of Xbox's strategy on the PlayStation Store, revealing new 2025 Q2 sales data, which included recent PlayStation ports like Doom, The Dark Ages, Indiana Jones and The Great Circle, Oblivion Remastered, and Forza Horizon. The Q2 sales chart shows Xbox utterly dominating PlayStation's own storefront. Indeed, it's hard to imagine a scenario from the previous decade where Microsoft would come to dominate PlayStation's own storefront. In a universe where playtime hours are increasingly squeezed by other forms of entertainment and forever games like Fortnite and Roblox, Microsoft's acquisition spree of yesteryear has seen it pick up some forever games of its own, including Call of Duty and Minecraft. It's encouraging to see that more traditional games that actually finish are also riding high on PlayStation Store, with Doom, The Dark Ages, and Indiana Jones enjoying favorable placements high up on the chart. So far, it doesn't seem like this strategy has hurt the Xbox console ecosystem either.
Yes, it seems like Microsoft is dominating everything. Look at how many, high margins Microsoft is making because of the strategy. Look at the vast improvement when it comes to profits and profitability for Microsoft and Xbox. So it's very clear that Sony is not allowing this to pass by. They want in some of this cash, and they are going to bring more games to more places. And let me just say, nothing that SHINOBI said could trump what Sony themselves would have put out on that job listing. Sony themselves would have said they are looking for someone to strategize for PlayStation Studio software, not indie, not games as a service, across all digital platforms beyond PlayStation hardware, including Xbox. So SHINOBI can say what he wants, and I know that these ponies are looking for some way to cope, for some way to live in their delusions. But let me hear what you guys thought about the video. Let me hear if you think all of this is just rubbish. Sony ain't putting no games onto Xbox. Let me know in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.